Dog, read by Larry Wilson.
Duchess, read by Ellie Cat.
Cheshire Cat, read by Sarah Parshall.
Tweedledee, read by Charlotte Brown.
Tweedledum, read by Anastasia Saloha.
The King of Hearts, read by Ted DeLorme.
The Queen of Hearts, read by Eden Ray Hedrick.
Knave by Glorious Job.
Caterpillar by Ethel Booth.
Two Spot, read by Dave Harrell.
Five Spot,
read by Dave Harrell. Seven of Spades, read by Dave Harrell.
End of credits. Act 1 of Alice in Wonderland by Alice Gernstenberg. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Scene 1. Alice's home. Lewis Carroll is discovered playing chess. Golden-haired Alice, in a little blue dress, a black kitten in her arms, stands watching him.
That's a funny game, Uncle. What did you do then?
A red pawn took a white pawn. This way, you see, Alice? The chessboard is divided into 64 squares, red and white, and the white army tries to win, and the red army tries to win. It's like a battle.
With soldiers?
Yes, here are the kings and queens they are fighting for. That's the red queen, and here's the white queen.
How funny they look.
See the crowns on their heads, and look at their big feet.
It's a foot apiece, that's what it is. Do they hump along like this?
Here, you're spoiling the game. You must keep them in their right squares.
I want to be a queen.
Here you are. He points to a small white pawn. Here you are, in your little stiff skirt.
How do you do, Alice?
And now you are going to move here.
Let me move myself.
When you travel all along the board this way, and you haven't been taken by the enemy, you may be a queen.
Why do people always play with kings and queens? Mother has them in her playing cards too. Look.
Alice goes to the mantel and takes a pack of playing cards from the ledge.
Here's the King of Hearts, and here's his wife. She's the Queen of Hearts. Isn't she cross-looking? Wants to bite one's head off.
Carol moves a pawn.
You're playing against yourself, aren't you?
That's one way of keeping in practice, Alice. I have friends in the university who want to beat me.
But if you play against yourself, I should think you'd want to cheat.
Does a nice little girl like you cheat when she's playing against herself?
Oh, I never do. I'd scold myself hard. I always pretend I'm two people too. It's lots of fun, isn't it? Sometimes when I'm all alone, I walk up to the looking-glass and talk to the other Alice. She's so silly, that Alice. She can't do anything by herself. She just mocks me all the time. When I laugh, she laughs. When I point my finger at her, she points her finger at me. And when I stick my tongue out at her, she sticks her tongue out at me. Kitty has a twin too, haven't you, darling?
Alice goes to the mirror to show Kitty her twin. I'll have to write a book someday about Alice. Alice in Wonderland, child of the pure, unclouded brow and dreaming eyes of wonder, or Alice through the looking-glass.
Don't you wish sometimes you could go into Looking-Glass House? See?
Alice stands on an armchair and looks into the mirror.
There's the room you can see through the glass. It's just the same as our living room here, only the things go the other way. I can see all of it. All but the bit just behind the fireplace. Oh, I do wish I could see that bit. I want so much to know if they've a fire there. You never can tell, you know, unless our fire smokes. Then smoke comes up in that room too. But that may be just to make it look as if they had a fire, just to pretend they had. The books are something like our books, only the words go the wrong way. Won't there ever be any way of our getting through, Uncle?
Do you think Kitty would find looking-glass milk digestible?
It doesn't sound awful good, does it? But I might leave her at home. She's been into an awful lot of mischief today. She found sister's knitting and chased the ball all over the garden where sister was playing croquet with the neighbors, and I ran and ran after the naughty little thing until I was all out of breath and so tired. I am tired.
She yawns and makes herself comfortable in the armchair. Carol replaces the playing cards on the mantel and consults his watch.
Take a nap. Yes, you have time before tea.
We're going to have mock turtle soup for supper. I heard Mamma tell the cook not to pepper it too much.
What a funny little rabbit it is, nibbling all the time.
He leans gently over the back of her chair, and seeing that she is going to sleep, puts out the lamplight and leaves the room. A red glow from the fireplace illumines Alice. Dream music. A bluish light reveals the red chess queen and the white chess queen in the mirror. The red queen points to Alice and says in a mysterious voice,
There she is. Let's call her over.
Do you think she'll come?
I'll call softly. Alice.
Hist! Alice!
Alice.
Hush! If she wakes and catches us.
Alice, come through into Looking Glass
House.
Their hands beckon her. Alice rises and talks sleepily. The queens disappear. Alice climbs from the arm of the chair to the back of another, and so on, up to the mantel edge, where she picks her way daintily between the vases.
I don't know how I can get through. I've tried before, but the glass was hard, and I was afraid of cutting my fingers.
She feels the glass and is amazed to find it like gauze.
Why, it's soft like gauze. It's turning into a sort of mist. Why, it's easy to get through. Why, I'm going through.
She disappears. Scene 2 is Scene 1 reversed. The portieres are black and red squares like a chessboard. A soft radiance follows the characters mysteriously. As the curtain rises, Alice comes through the looking-glass, steps down, looks about in wonderment, and goes to see if there is a fire. The Red Queen rises out of the grate and faces her haughtily.
Why, you're the Red Queen!
Of course I am. Where do you come from, and where are you going? Look up, speak nicely, and don't twiddle your fingers.
I only wanted to see what the looking-glass was like. Perhaps I've lost my way.
I don't know what you mean by your way. All the ways about here belong to me. Curtsy while you're thinking what to say. It saves time.
I'll try it when I go home. The next time I'm a little late for dinner.
It's time for you to answer now. Open your mouth a little wider when you speak, and always say, Your Majesty. I suppose you don't want to lose your name?
No, indeed.
And yet I don't know. Only think how convenient it would be if you could manage to go home without it. For instance, if the governess wanted to call you to your lessons, she would call out, Come here! And there she would have to leave off, because there wouldn't be any name for her to call, and of course she wouldn't have to go, you know.
That would never do, I'm sure. The governess would never think of excusing me from lessons for that. If she couldn't remember my name, she'd call me Miss, as the servants do.
Well, if she said Miss and didn't say anything more, of course you'd miss your lessons. I dare say you can't even read this book.
It's all in some language I don't know. Why, it's a looking-glass book, of course, and if I hold it up to a glass, the words will all go the right way again. Jabberwocky, 'twas brillig, and the slithy toes did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the mome wraiths outgrabe. It seems very pretty, but it's rather hard to understand. Somehow it seems to fill my head with ideas, only I don't exactly know what they are.
I dare say you don't know your geography either. Look at the map.
She takes a right-angle course to the portieres and points to them with her scepter.
It's marked out just like a big chessboard. I wouldn't mind being a pawn, though of course I should like to be a Red Queen best.
That's easily managed. When you get to the 8th square, you'll be a queen. It's a huge game of chess that's being played all over the world. Come on, we've got to run. Faster! Don't try to talk.
I can't.
Faster! Faster!
Are we nearly there?
Nearly there? Why, we passed it 10 minutes ago. Faster! You may rest a little now.
Why, I do believe we're in the same place. Everything's just as it was.
Of course it is. What would you have it?
Well, in our country, you generally get to somewhere else, if you ran very fast for a long time as we've been doing.
A slow sort of country. Now here, you see, it takes all the running you can do to keep in the same place. If you want to get somewhere else, you must run at least twice as fast as that.
I'd rather not try, please. I'm quite content to stay here, only I am so hot and thirsty.
I know what you'd like.
She takes a little box out of her pocket.
Have a biscuit?
Alice, not liking to refuse, curtsies as she takes the biscuit and chokes.
While you're refreshing yourself, I'll just take the measurements.
She takes a ribbon out of her pocket and measures the map with it.
At the end of 2 yards, I shall give you your directions. Have another biscuit?
No, thank you. One's quite enough.
Thirst quenched, I hope? At the end of 3 yards, I shall repeat them, for fear of your forgetting them. At the end of 4, I shall say goodbye, and at the end of 5, I shall go. That square belongs to Humpty Dumpty, and that square to the Gryphon and Mock Turtle, and that square to the Queen of Hearts. But you make no remark?
I didn't know I had to make one, just then.
You should have said, "It's extremely kind of you to tell me all this." However, we'll suppose it said, 4. Goodbye, 5.
Red Queen vanishes in a gust of wind behind the portieres. Rabbit music. White Rabbit comes out of the fireplace and walks about the room hurriedly. He wears a checked coat, carries white kid gloves in one hand, a fan in the other, and takes out his watch to look at it anxiously.
Oh, the Duchess! The Duchess! Oh, won't she be savage if I've kept her waiting?
I've never seen a rabbit with a waistcoat and a watch, and a waistcoat pocket. If you please, sir.
Oh!
He drops fan and gloves in fright and dashes out by way of the portieres in a gust of wind. Alice picks up the fan and playfully puts on the gloves. The portieres flap in a breeze and the shawl flies in. Alice catches the shawl and looks about for the owner, then meets the White Queen.
I'm very glad I happened to be in the way.
The White Queen runs in wildly, both arms stretched out wide as if she were flying, and cries in a helpless, frightened way.
Bread and butter! Bread and butter!
Am I addressing the White Queen?
Well, yes, if you call that a dressing. It isn't my notion of the thing at all.
If your Majesty will only tell me the right way to begin, I'll do it as well as I can.
But I don't want it done at all. I've been addressing myself for the last 2 hours.
Every single thing's crooked, and you're all over pins. May I put your shawl straight for you?
I don't know what's the matter with it. It's out of temper. I've pinned it here and I've pinned it there, but there's no pleasing it.
It can't go straight, you know, if you pin it all on one side. And dear me, what a state your hair is in!
The brush has got entangled in it, and I lost the comb yesterday.
Alice takes out a brush and arranges the Queen's hair.
You look better now, but really you should have a lady's maid.
I'm sure I'll take you with pleasure. 2d a week and jam every other day.
I don't want you to hire me, and I don't care for jam.
It's very good jam.
Well, I don't want any today, at any rate.
You couldn't have it if you did want it. The rule is jam tomorrow and jam yesterday, but never jam today.
It must come sometimes to jam today.
No, it can't. It's jam every other day. Today isn't any other day, you know.
I don't understand you. It's dreadfully confusing.
That's the effect of living backwards. It always makes one a little giddy at first.
Living backwards? I never heard of such a thing.
But there's one great advantage in it, that one's memory works both ways.
I'm sure mine only works one way. I can't remember things before they happen.
It's a poor sort of memory that only works backwards.
What sort of things do you remember best?
Oh, things that happened the week after next. For instance, now.
She sticks a large piece of plaster on her finger.
There's the king's messenger. He's in prison being punished, and the trial doesn't even begin till next Wednesday. And of course the crime comes last of all.
Suppose he never commits the crime?
The White Queen binds the plaster with ribbon.
That would be all the better, wouldn't it?
Of course it would be all the better, but it wouldn't be all the better his being punished.
You're wrong there, at any rate. Were you ever punished?
Only for faults.
And you were all the better for it, I know.
Yes, but then I had done the things I was punished for. That makes all the difference.
But if you hadn't done them, that would have been better still. Better and better and better.
There's a mistake somewhere.
The White Queen screams like an engine whistle and shakes her hand.
Oh, oh, my finger's bleeding. Oh.
What is the matter? Have you pricked your finger?
I haven't pricked it yet, but I soon shall. Oh.
When do you expect to do it?
When I fasten my shawl again, the brooch will come undone directly. Oh.
Brooch flies open and she clutches it wildly.
Take care! You're holding it all crooked.
The White Queen pricks her finger and smiles.
That accounts for the bleeding, you see. Now you understand the way things happen here.
But why don't you scream now?
Why, I've done all the screaming already. What would be the good of having it all over again? Oh, it's time to run if you want to stay in the same place. Come on.
No, not so fast. I'm getting dizzy. Everything's black before my eyes.
There is music, and the sound of rushing wind, and in the darkness the White Queen cries.
Faster! Faster!
Alice gasps.
I can't. Please stop.
And the Queen replies,
Then you can't stay in the same place. I'll have to drop you behind. Faster! Faster! Goodbye!
Scene 3. When the curtain rises, one sees nothing but old black lanterns with orange lights, hanging presumably from the sky. The scene lights up slowly, revealing Alice seated on 2 large cushions. She has been dropped behind by the White Queen, and is dazed to find herself in a strange hall with many peculiar doors and knobs, too high to reach.
Oh, my head. Where am I? Oh dear. Oh dear.
She staggers up and to her amazement finds herself smaller than the table.
I've never been smaller than any table before. I've always been able to reach the knobs. What a curious feeling. Oh, I'm shrinking. It's the fan. The gloves.
She throws them away, feels her head, and measures herself against the table and doors.
Oh, saved in time. But I never.
Oh, my fan and gloves! Where am I?
Oh, Mr. Rabbit, please help me out. I want to go home. I want to go home.
Oh, the Duchess! Oh, my fur and whiskers! She'll get me executed, as sure as ferrets are ferrets. Oh, you have them!
I'm sorry. You dropped them, you know.
The White Rabbit picks up fan and gloves and patters off.
She'll chop off your head!
If you please, sir. Where am I? Won't you please? Tell me how to get out. I want to get out.
The White Rabbit looks at his watch.
Oh, my ears and whiskers! How late it's getting!
A trap door gives way and Rabbit disappears. Alice dashes after, only in time to have the trap door bang in her face.
It's a rabbit hole. I'm small enough to fit it too. If I shrink any more, it might end in my going out altogether like a candle. I wonder what I would be like then. What does the flame of a candle look like after the candle is blown out? I've never seen such a thing.
Humpty Dumpty sits on a wall.
Don't stand chattering to yourself like that, but tell me your name and your business.
My name is Alice, but...
It's a stupid name enough. What does it mean?
Must a name mean something?
Of course it must. My name means the shape I am, and a good handsome shape it is too. With a name like yours, you might be any shape, almost.
You're Humpty Dumpty, just like an egg.
It's very provoking to be called an egg. Very.
I said you looked like an egg, sir. And some eggs are very pretty, you know.
Some people have no more sense than a baby.
Why do you sit here all alone?
Why, because there's nobody with me. Did you think I didn't know the answer to that? Ask another.
Don't you think you'd be safer down on the ground? That wall's so very narrow.
What tremendously easy riddles you ask. Of course I don't think so. Take a good look at me. I'm one that has spoken to a king, I am. And to show you I'm not proud, you may shake hands with me.
He leans forward to offer Alice his hand, but she is too small to reach it.
However, this conversation is going on a little too fast. Let's go back to the last remark but one.
I'm afraid I can't remember it.
In that case, we start fresh, and it's my turn to choose the subject.
You talk about it just as if it were a game.
So here's a question for you. How old did you say you were?
7 years and 6 months.
Wrong! You never said a word about it. Now, if you'd asked my advice, I'd have said leave off at 7, but...
I never ask advice about growing.
Too proud?
What a beautiful belt you've got on. At least, a beautiful cravat, I should have said. No, a belt, I mean. I beg your pardon. If only I knew which was neck and which was waist.
It is a most provoking thing when a person doesn't know a cravat from a belt.
I know it's very ignorant of me.
It's a cravat, child, and a beautiful one, as you say. There's glory for you.
I don't know what you mean by glory.
When I use a word, it means just what I choose it to mean, neither more nor less.
The question is whether you can make words mean different things.
The question is, which is to be master? That's all. Impenetrability! That's what I say.
Would you tell me, please, what that means?
I meant by impenetrability that we've had enough of that subject, and it would be just as well if you'd mention what you meant to do next, as I suppose you don't mean to stop here all the rest of your life.
That's a great deal to make one word mean.
When I make a word do a lot of work like that, I always pay it extra.
Oh!
Ah, you should see 'em come round me of a Saturday night, for to get their wages, you know. That's all. Goodbye.
Goodbye, till we meet again.
I shouldn't know you again if we did meet. You're so exactly like other people.
The face is what one goes by generally.
That's just what I complain of. Your face is the same as everybody has. The 2 eyes, so, nose in the middle, mouth under. It's always the same. Now, if you had the 2 eyes on the same side of the nose, for instance, or the mouth at the top, that would be some help.
It wouldn't look nice.
Wait till you've tried. Goodbye.
He disappears as he came.
Oh, I forgot to ask him how to...
She tries to open the doors. They are all locked. She begins to weep. She walks weeping to a high glass table and sits down on its lower ledge. She sits on a big golden key and picks it up in surprise. She tries it on all the doors, but it does not fit. She weeps, and Wonderland grows dark to her in her despair. In the darkness she cries,
"Oh, I'm slipping! Oh, it's a lake! Oh, my tears! I'm floating!"
A mysterious light shows a "Drink Me" sign around a bottle on the top of the table. Alice floats up to it, panting, and holding on to the edge of the table, takes up the bottle.
It isn't marked poison.
She sips at it.
This is good. Tastes like cherry tart, custard, pineapple, roast turkey, toffee, and hot buttered toast, all together. Oh, I'm letting out like a telescope.
A mysterious light shows her lengthening out. Music.
But the lake is rising too. Oh, it's deep. I'm drowning. Help! Help! I'm drowning. I'm drowning in my tears.
Easker! Easker!
The griffin, a huge green creature with big glittering wings, appears where Humpty Dumpty had been and reaches glittering claws over to grab and save Alice. Scene 4 is symbolic of a wet and rocky shore in a weird green light. The mock turtle is weeping dismally.
Isker, Isker, Isker.
The mock turtle answers with his weeping. The griffin drags Alice in.
Drop your tears into the sea with his.
He sobs as if he had a bone in his throat. He sighs as if his heart would break. What is his sorrow?
Oh, Griffin, it's terrible.
It's all his fancy, that. Mock Turtle hasn't got no sorrow. This here young lady, she wants for to know your history, she do.
I'll tell it her. Sit down, both of you, and don't speak a word till I've finished.
I don't see how you can ever finish if you don't begin.
Once I was a real turtle.
A long silence is broken only by the exclamations of the griffin and the heavy sobbing of the mock turtle.
When we were little, we went to school in the sea. The master was an old turtle. We used to call him Tortoise.
Why did you call him Tortoise, if he wasn't one?
We called him Tortoise because he taught us. Really, you are very dull.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself for asking such a simple question. Drive on, old fellow. Won't be all day about it.
Yes, we went to school in the sea, though you mayn't believe it.
I never said I didn't.
You did.
Hold your tongue.
We had the best of educations. In fact, we went to school every day.
I've been to a day school too. You needn't be so proud as all that.
With extras?
Yes, we learned French and music.
And washing?
Certainly not.
Ah, then yours wasn't a really good school. Now at ours we had at the end of the bill French, music, and washing. Extra.
You couldn't have wanted it much, living at the bottom of the sea.
I couldn't afford to learn it. I only took the regular course.
What was that?
Reeling and writhing, of course, to begin with, and then the different branches of arithmetic, ambition, distraction, uglification, and derision.
I never heard of uglification. What is it?
Never heard of uglifying?
I didn't want to have all the volumes open
Is,
at
I
once.
suppose.
Yes, it means to make
Hello,
anything
yeah,
prettier.
understood.
Well then, you
Just
don't know what uglify is.
wondering
You
if you can
are a
send me the yesterday's speaker.
What else had you to learn?
Oh yeah, I have to.
Well, there
my
was
phone.
mystery,
Put those on the computer.
ancient and
Hold on a second, I
modern,
gotta look for my
with
phone.
seography, then drawling. The drawling master was an old conger eel that used to come once a week. What he taught us was drawling, stretching, and fainting in coils.
What was that like?
Well,
I have to-
I can't show it you
I have to get them out of my
myself,
phone
I'm
to put
too
them on the computer
stiff.
and put them on the computer.
And Griffin never
Alright.
learned it.
Did it do that yesterday?
Uh,
I went to the
I
classical
had a
master,
look
though.
at the video
He was an old
of
crab, he was.
yesterday's stream. And
I never went
seems
to
be
him.
Was good.
He taught laughing and grief, they used
Not
to
too many
say.
dropouts, huh?
So he did.
Yeah.
So he did.
And how many hours
Really
a day
hot
did you
here
do
today.
lessons?
10 hours
Mhm.
the
We'll keep
first
running.
day,
The
9
camera off the
next,
computer doesn't heat.
and
Doesn't
so
matter
on.
if it heats up. Apparently.
What a curious plan.
Why isn't?
That's the reason they're called lessons. lessons.
The phone,
Because
yeah,
they
the phone.
listen from day to
Phone heats
day.
up, but I
He's
haven't done
sensitive
the
to
Then
it.
the 11th day must have been a
But when I
holiday.
do the trip to Lahaina, I'm
Of
not going to leave the
course it
phone.
was.
It's only going to be
And
one
how did you
camera.
manage on the 12th?
Okay.
That's enough about lessons.
And
Tell us something about the games now.
about that thing
Mock
about
Turtle
this
sighs deeply,
Aristotle
draws back
thing,
one
this,
flapper across his eyes. He looks
that
at Alice and
schools
tries to speak,
are
but
doing
sobs
in
choke his
between them.
voice.
Actually, I didn't see any data, real data there. There's a gallery with pictures only on that website that you put the
Griffin
link.
punches him on the back.
Oh yeah, the
Same as if he had a
Aristophanes.
bone in
We're
his
trying to
throat.
have
Yeah.
The mock
schools
turtle with
all over
tears
the
running down
world
his cheeks.
make a.
Yeah,
I wanted to do
and
it
what
on
they do?
You may
the
not
shortest
have
day of the
lived
year.
much
Was it
under the
was it the
sea.
summer solstice.
I haven't.
No, it's a
Perhaps you were
spring
never even
equinox.
introduced to a
Spring, yeah,
lobster.
spring solstice.
I once
Yeah,
tasted.
The thing
spring
is,
equinox.
I'm
Never.
pretty sure that experiment
So you
wasn't
can have
one.
no
One of the sticks
idea
was to the north of the
what a
other stick, wasn't it? It
delightful
wasn't
thing
east-west. It was
a
north-south.
lobster quadrille
That's
is.
No,
right.
indeed.
Yes,
What sort of a
this
dance
is
is it?
the problem. They
Why,
are
you
trying
first form into a line
put
along the seashore.
pull on
Two
an all
lines,
on the,
seals,
you know,
turtles,
on the, I
salmon,
mean, they are
and
trying to
so
make
on.
flat.
Then when you've cleared all
here,
the jellyfish out of the
to make
way,
flat
That
surface
generally
here,
takes some time.
because there's no
you
curveness
advance
along
twice.
the
Each with a lobster as a
longitude.
partner.
Of course, advance
And,
twice set to partners.
The
Change lobsters,
circular
retire
lines
in
are
same
only
order.
the
Then,
latitude,
you
so
know,
we know.
you throw the
I would
And
just
the
like
lobsters.
doing
collect
that.
as
information,
far
you know,
out
and
to
then
sea as you can.
figure out what the math
Swim
says.
after them.
I don't
Turn a
trust their math.
somersault in the sea.
Yeah, there's no math.
Gain lobsters again.
That's the problem.
Back
There's
to
no math.
land
They just,
again. And that's
there's
all
no
the
data
first
collected
figure.
on
It
the
must be a
website.
very pretty
Well, they've
dance.
got the length of the
Would you
gnomon, the
want
length
to
of the
see
shadow.
love it?
They've got their
Very much
latitude and
indeed.
longitude.
Come, let's try the first figure.
And
We
you can
can
figure
do
out
it without the
from the
lobsters, you
length of the
know.
gnomon
Which shall
and the
sing.
length to the ground, you
Oh,
know,
you
and the length of the
sing.
shadow,
I've
that makes a
forgotten the
triangle,
words.
and you can figure out the
Creature
hypotenuse, whatever
solemnly
that.
danced
I don't
round
think
and
that even
round
helps you,
Alice,
but they
treading on
say
her
it does.
toes, waving forepaws to mark the time.
That was one of the
while Mock
steps. You got to
Turtle
figure
sings.
out the hypotenuse
They-
of
Will you walk
triangle
a
with the
Obtaining the
little
data of the
faster, said
altitude, what
waiting
they are
to a
getting, or what
snail.
they are
There's
gaining,
a
is only
porpoise clear
altitude
behind
of
us,
the
and
sun
he's
at
treading
that very
on my
moment of solar.
tail. See how
They get
eagerly
Yeah, that's what I
the
think.
lobsters
Shouldn't
and
we
the
be able to prove that the
turtles
sun is the
all
same distance from all the
advance.
different points
They
somehow?
are waiting
Or
on
no,
the
it wouldn't be the same
shingle.
distance, but the
Will
same
you
elevation.
come and join the dance?
Like
Will
as it
you,
passes solar
won't
noon, every
you,
place in the world, it should be
will
the
you,
same
won't
distance up,
you,
right?
will you
That's what we
join the
think. It doesn't go up and
dance?
down. That we don't.
Will you, won't
Except for the
you,
Yana Lima, maybe.
will
That
you,
goes
won't
up and down.
you, won't you
Along the
join the
longitude
dance?
line,
You can really
I'm
have
talking about
the
no
sun is
notion
the
how
sun's elevation is different
delightful it will
at any
be
day of the
when
time.
they take
I
us
mean,
up
at any
and
time
throw
you
us
choose
with
solar
the
noon. If
lobsters
you are on
out
a
to
say
sea.
like
But the
latitude
snail
where you are,
replied, too
you
far,
will
too
have
far, and
highest
gave a
elevation
look
these days.
askance.
But
Said
now
he
me
thanked
being
the
at my
whiting
latitude,
kindly,
if we
but he
just
would not
imagine that
join the
on
dance.
one longitude,
Would
it
not,
doesn't
could
matter.
not,
The sun
would
will
not,
be
could
on
not,
a lower
would not
altitude
join the
in comparison
dance.
with yours.
Would not,
So
could
it's
not,
just
would not,
the
could
altitude.
not,
It doesn't
could
give you
not
any,
join the
know,
dance.
any
Well, the creatures dance
practical
against Alice, pushing
practical
her back and forth between them.
data that
She
you
protests
can
and finally escapes.
you can
They bump
make a
against each other.
solution out of it.
Thank you.
I mean,
It's
Can
a
we
very
figure out the
interesting
height of the
dance to
sun from
watch,
the Earth
and
with
I
that
do so like
triangle?
that curious song about the whiting.
Doesn't it come out to around
As to
5,000
the
miles? Or
whiting,
something?
you've seen them, of course.
that's a
Yes, I've often seen them at din. Checks herself
trigonometry.
hastily.
I don't know where Din may
trying to
be,
define the
but if you've seen
sun's
them so often, of
elevation
course, you know
of the
what
Earth.
they're like.
This is
I
a
believe
different
so.
story.
They have
They
their
are
tails in their
trying
mouths,
to
and they're all over crumbs.
You're
you mean
wrong about
using
the
those
crumbs.
data
Crumbs would all wash off in the
get the
sea.
imagination
But
of
they
the
have
sound
their
bits about
tails in their
what the
mouths, and the
elevation is,
reason
right?
is...
Understood.
Mock Turtle yawns and shuts his eyes.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah, I'm working on. I'm trying to figure out why I have my phone connected to the computer. I'm trying to send you those pictures.
The reason is
But
that they
at
would
the
go
same
with the
time,
lobsters to the depths.
at the same time,
So they got
we
thrown
have
out to
these
sea.
data
So they
available,
had to fall
and
a long way. So they got their
we,
tails fast in their mouths. So they
believe
couldn't
it or
get them
not,
out again.
they are very
That's all.
close to the
Thank
reality.
you. It's very
I
interesting.
mean,
I
the
never knew so
elevation
much about
of
whiting
the sun.
before.
I was
Tell you
checking
more
the
than that if
elevation
you like.
of the sun
Do
in
you
my
know why it's
area,
called a whiting?
and
I never
it
thought
was
about it.
pretty the
Why?
same as it was
Does the
described
boots
on
and
the
shoes.
website, for example,
Does the boots and shoes?
sun.org.
Why, what are your shoes done
So
with?
it's this
I mean,
data that
what
is
makes
not.
them so
I
shiny?
wouldn't say that
They
these
are done
data
with
are
blacking, I believe.
Boots and shoes
anyhow
under the sea are done with whiting.
distorted or
Now you
changed
know.
And what are
in
they
the
made of?
areas where people
Soles
live.
and ears, of course.
I mean,
Any
the sun's
shrimp could have told
elevation,
you that.
because
If
they
I'd been the
don't
whiting,
consider it
I'd have said to the
critical.
porpoise, "Keep back, please. We don't want
So
you with us."
to
They
get this
were
data
obliged to
in
have
order
him with
to
them.
understand
No wise fish would
how
go
far
anywhere
the
without a
sun is
porpoise.
above the earth
Wouldn't it
is not a
really?
problem, actually.
Of course not. Why,
You can
if a
go to
fish
the
came to
website and
me
get
and told me
that
he was
and
going on a
pretty
journey,
sure
I should
those
say,
data will be
with what
in line with
purpose?
what
Don't you mean
the
purpose?
school
I
students
mean
get
what I
out of
say.
their
Shall we
1
try
meter
Well, they
another
say
figure of the
93 million
lobster
miles
quadrille?
away. But when they
Or would
do,
you like the mock turtle to sing
when
you
you
a
use a
song?
sextant for navigation,
Oh, a
they have
song,
a
please,
distance for
if
the
the mock
sun that
turtle would be
they
so
use.
kind.
And I think it's around
no
5,000, 3 to
accounting for
5,000
tastes.
miles. I forget the exact number.
Sing her turtle soup, would you, old fellow?
The Mock Turtle sighs deeply and sometimes
I'm
choking
not sure if
sobs,
they are
sings.
using the distance to the sun when they.
Well, they have to have a number. They just pump it in.
So rich and
They say it's
Mm.
the number they use even though the sun's 93 million miles away. They just use a different number for navigation to make the triangle to figure out where they are.
Yes, they,
Oh, for such
to let us
dainties
understand that
would
the
not
Earth on
stoop
which we live is a globe.
soup
They have to
of the evening.
manipulate the number like
Beautiful
this huge.
soup.
They can make it
Soup of
993
the
million
evening.
miles away, and that will not make any change. I mean, it's going to be working the same as
Beautiful
with the number they give it now. I'm not sure about sextant and the constant number that the navigators have to put in the formula to obtain what they are obtaining there. They are obtaining at the latitude, right? With the
The white
sextant.
Well, they're
rabbit
trying to get
stretching out
latitude
a
and
red and white
longitude.
checked
They
sash
use a
with which she
triangle.
separates Alice from the creatures.
Yeah, latitude
Check.
is with the
They won't let
sextant,
her
but
stay in our
longitude
square.
is
The queen is coming this way.
You chop our
like
heads
we
off.
do.
Come
But
on,
don't they,
come on.
they use a
Let's
sextant for
fly.
both, don't they?
The Mock Turtle and the Griffin
They
grab
do
Alice and
the
fly into the
sextant
air.
to obtain the
Curtain. The curtain
like,
rises to reveal small silhouettes of the Griffin,
to
Mock
obtain
Turtle,
the
and
sun's
Alice in an
elevation,
orange-colored moon
like
with far
solar
away in
moon
the
we're
sky.
trying to get.
Down below, the White Rabbit is shouting to them.
You'll be safe in the March Hare's garden.
Yeah, I don't know that much
End
about
of
it. It's
Act
just
1.
they keep it kind of. I mean, I've never taken a navigation class, but I read about it, and I know they use a number for the elevation of the sun. It's only a few thousand
Act
miles,
2
or
of
up to
Alice in
5,000
Wonderland
or something
by
like that.
Alice
Maybe I'll look
Gernstenberg.
it up.
This is a
Under
LibriVox recording. All
calm
LibriVox
sea
recordings are in the public
condition,
domain. For more
I
information or to
remember
volunteer,
I was
please
on
visit
board a ship.
LibriVox.org.
There was a
Scene.
sextant, and
The March Hare's
the
garden,
bridge
showing part of the
navigators
Duchess's
did
house. On a small platform
did
there is a
use
tea
it from
table,
time to time
set
when
with
they
many
had
cups,
no
continuing into the wings to
observations
give the
from the
impression of
so-called
limitless length.
satellites.
Yeah.
The March Hare, Hatter,
In
and
the
Dormouse are
Atlantic
crowded at one
Ocean.
end.
That
Alice
happened
sits on the ground
once,
where she has been
and
dropped
I'm
from the
pretty sure
sky.
there are some
Finding
spots
herself
that
not
are not
bruised,
covered,
she rises and
or
approaches
the
the table.
weak signals.
No room.
There's plenty of
It
room.
was back
She
in
sits in a large
1990.
armchair at one end of the
Today,
table.
conditions are
I don't know who you are.
much
I'm the March
better
Hare. That's
than
the
before.
Hatter, and this is the Dormouse.
But
Have some
I
wine.
remember they
I don't see any
obtained what they
wine.
obtained with sex
There
time
isn't any.
is
Then it wasn't very civil of you to offer it.
basically the
It wasn't
elevation
very
of the
civil
sun
of you to sit
at
down
a
without being
particular
invited.
moment of time.
I didn't know it was your
Once
table.
they get
It's
the
laid for a
elevation
great
of the
many more
sun, they
than
can
3.
conclude what
Your
latitude
hair wants
is
cutting.
the ship
You
on,
should learn
and
not to make personal remarks.
getting the
It's very
other
rude.
observation
Why is a
with
raven
it,
like a
knowing
writing
the
desk?
course of
Come,
the
we shall have some fun
ship
now. I'm glad you've begun asking riddles. I believe I
in
can guess
accordance
that.
with the magnetic
So you
compass.
mean you think you can find out the answer
Like
to it?
old sailors
Exactly
did,
so.
Then you should
knowing the
say what you
course of the
mean.
ship
I do.
and
At
making the
least,
same
I mean
observation
what I say.
in
That's the same
some
thing, you know.
period of time.
Not the
They
same thing
will
a bit. Why, you
be
might just as well
getting
say
the
that I see what
understanding
I
of
eat
where
is
they
the
are
same thing
on
as
the
I eat
longitude,
what I
on which
see.
longitude
You might
they
as
are
well say that I
in
like what I get.
comparison
It's the
to
same as I
the
get what I
previous
like.
observation.
You might just as well say
So
that
they
I breathe when I sleep.
can
Says the
It's the
represent
same
noon
the
site
thing
mark.
provides
as
your
I
exact
sleep when I
latitude.
breathe.
It is the same
You do a
thing with
sighting at
you.
noon, it provides your
Takes out his
latitude.
watch,
That's what
looks
we're
at it
doing.
Latitude.
uneasily,
Yes,
shakes it,
yeah,
holds it to
exactly.
his ear.
But we are
That's
not
how
Day
far
of the
doing
north and
month
south
latitude.
you
is
are. Yeah.
it.
We
The
are
4th?
Two
we know
days
the
wrong.
latitude.
I
We are
told you butter
doing
wouldn't suit the works.
we are
It
doing
was the
the
best butter.
Yes, but
actually
some crumbs
we
must
are
have got
doing
in
the
as well.
what
You
they
shouldn't have put
did
it
what they
in
did
with the bread knife.
in order to
The March Hare
obtain
takes the watch,
longitude,
looks at it gloomily,
because
dips it into his
we are
cup of
trying
tea,
to
and looks at
get
it again,
the
but doesn't know what else to say.
latitudes
It was the best butter,
circumference
you know.
or length.
What a funny watch. It tells the day of the month and doesn't tell what
I mean,
o'clock it is.
You have
Why
to use a
should it?
nautical almanac
Does
to
your
get the
watch tell you what
declination of the
year
sun
it
at the time
is?
of your local
Of course
sighting.
not. But that's because it stays the
yeah,
same
I
year for
had
such a
this
long
book,
time together.
and
Which is
unfortunately
just
somebody
the case
thrown it
with
away. I
mine.
mean, like
I don't quite
I had
understand you. What you said had
3
no
or
sort of
4
meaning
books
in it,
like that.
and yet it was certainly
They're actually
English.
available in the
The Hatter
internet.
pours some hot
Though
tea
there
onto the
are
Dormouse's nose.
the
The
books with the
dormouse
tables
is asleep again.
and
Yeah,
Of
they should
course,
be.
of course. Just what
filled
I was
with
going to remark myself.
figures.
Have
Sounds
you guessed the
exponential
riddle
tiny
yet?
world.
No,
So
I give it up.
many
What's the
figures
answer?
in there.
I haven't
So
the
using those
slightest
tables,
idea.
Nor I.
sailors are
I think you might do something better
making
with
the
the time
conclusion
than wasting
on
it in
where
asking riddles that
we
have no
are in the sea.
answers.
If you knew time as
What
well
is
as I do, you wouldn't talk about
really
wasting
not
it. It's
understood
him.
I don't know what you mean.
is where
Of
these
course you
tables are
don't. I dare say you
came
never
from.
even spoke to time.
Perhaps
From
not,
the
but I
very
know I have
first
to beat
time.
time when I learn music.
Very first time.
Ah,
Where those
that
data
accounts for it.
appeared from.
He won't stand beating.
It's not
Now, if you only kept on
explained
good
to
terms
us
with him,
who
he'd do
collected
almost
this
anything you liked with.
huge amount of data. It's just unbelievably huge amount of data showing the sun's declination and things like that for different longitudes and latitudes. It cannot be done with the history that is told to us and evolution of the history that is told to us. It's just impossible. Those data were, in my opinion, already taken from somewhere, or it was, kind of kept safely after the last doomsday, or provided by the superpower, some kind of, I don't know, maybe from the creator. It was given to us as a part of this thing called the earth.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
Yes, because it isn't looking at the maps, old maps, and at these kind of maritime tables, you can come to a conclusion that it's not possible to collect and obtain all this data. And for the period or with the development of our civilization, in any chosen point of time, you simply cannot obtain this kind of data. It possible. I might assume that it was gained by our predecessors, those who disappeared in the waves of last catastrophic event, and it was safely kept until these days. These books, but it's really, we don't know. We don't know.
No, we don't.
Because who was collecting them? It can be done by if you are an architect, if you are a constructor, and you have you have a program, a computer program, you can get the coordinates and everything related, each coordinate in your project, or if you, for example, a project manager of building construction, so you know everything, every particular node in your building and everything related to this material and things like that. So it looks like that. These kind of tables cover all the surface of Earth, all the sea part of the surface of Earth. It's just unbelievable.
It seems to be a geocentric system, in my opinion.
Yeah. If there is a creator, and I believe there is a creator,
there has to be.
It
cannot get made by itself.
It cannot. Yeah, it's just it's ridiculous to understand. It's ridiculous to hear the nonsense of Big Boom and Big Bang is stupidly. Yeah, it's just chaos and nothing else. So the creator knew every single piece of sand on this earth. He knows everything. What kind of material? It's just like if you make a project, you are a constructor. You know how to do that and this and where put this and that and that. So what material should be used and how they interact with the other material and the moisture and the pressure and the weather conditions and things like that, and so many things to know to fulfill this project and make it running. There should be a creator.
There should be, yeah. I don't see how there couldn't be.
Some people say that we've been planted some time ago on this planet or on this earth. Planted as a part of the project. So they prepare, as it's written in the Bible, the earth was constructed first, and then
there seem to be other beings, though. We're not the only type of being, like besides animals. I mean, maybe they're living underground or something, or in the outer beyond our beyond Antarctica. Like the more land type of thing. All that there's instead of outer space, I just say there's more land.
Yeah. Have you heard about the one young student who flew and landed his plane in Antarctica recently? He was he was he's a pilot of his own plane, Cessna plane, and his mission was to visit all continents with this plane in order to fulfill his mission as rising up the money for cancer treatment research, as his family members were involved in this disease. So he just visited each continent, and the only one is left is to visit is Antarctica. And he came to Chile with his plane, and then his flight plan was to fly somewhere else, not to Antarctica. But when he took off, he directed his plane to Antarctica and successfully landed there, despite of the radio uh, signals and commands to turn the plane out back to Chile. He said that his plane was out of order and he had to go there and land it there. So it was kind of an excuse why he went to the restricted area. And now he is detained. He is still in there in Antarctica with his plane, and they wanna take him to a court
International court,
for violation of some rules. But the problem is that the Antarctica, where he is now, is not a jurisdiction of any country, which law they gonna be judging him. I don't know.
Sounds like he's got trouble ahead.
Yeah. Sounds like what?
Trouble. He's in trouble.
Yes, he's in trouble. Yeah.
All for going to Antarctica. Should be, and no one even owns it. How can that even be against the law?
Yeah, he's not a subject to any law in being in there.
Nobody there. How can there be a law?
It's just a free land, like free land for anybody. But no.
Yes, that proves it's not free land. It's actually owned by somebody, and they want to keep it secret.
They keep it secret. Whose ownership is it?
They have to, because they got a lot of secrets. I've been listening this morning to a lot of the stuff they knew about Jeffrey Epstein. That guy really had a lot of secrets. He was a professional secret guy. That's the biggest,
looking at him.
Or no, it isn't the biggest.
But Jeffrey Epstein is a big guy from Hollywood, right?
I think they're saying he's a Mossad agent. He was.
Yeah, I mean,
he was arrested for having that island in the Virgin Islands or something. I don't know what he was actually arrested for. Child trafficking.
But for sex assaults and he was doing some nasty stuff with the other actors. He's head of cinema studio, as I understand.
But it seems like he was connected to like the people that really run the world. You know, the show that they have going.
I always mixing him and the other guy who died in prison not very long ago.
Well, they said he died.
He was also.
But the video cameras were turned off. So they might have just
Is
they put in a surrogate
Epstein?
and took him away alive, and he's in some of that outer lands that I'm talking about.
Dave, are we talking about Epstein, who died in a prison?
Well, we're talking about a guy they say died in the prison, Jeffrey
Okay.
Epstein.
Then I
Island,
get it.
Epstein Island.
There's another person recently arrested.
That was P. Diddy, but he didn't die. He won his case, I think, or he's gonna win.
And another one.
And there's another one too, huh? There's the wife, or the lady, Ghislaine Maxwell. She's in prison.
No, the one who was ahead of a cinema studio in Hollywood. His name is.
What did he get arrested for?
Sexual.
But he's dead, huh?
No, he's alive. He's in prison now.
But he's in prison. That's P. Diddy.
P. Diddy is a black guy.
The black guy.
That one is a white person.
Oh, there's a guy in jail right now, a white person for sexual stuff.
Yeah.
Well, there's probably hundreds of them. I mean,
Weinstein.
Weinstein. Is he in jail?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
I don't really follow.
I
know he's one of the pedos for sure. They said. I mean, I don't know, but that's what they say. Seems to be a big problem. They have this Kathy Ireland lady. Have you ever heard of her?
No.
She was. She's 50. No, she's 67 years old, but she was groomed by her. She's from a Satan family, a Satanist family, and she was, first raped by her dad, but then he turned her over to the big boys, and she has all these stories of all the people running the world, that all these weird. She was there doing, being the set. She was being trafficked, but back when she had the story, she was being used as like a sex goddess or something for these weird rituals. But she's still around, still talking about mind control and stuff. It's bizarre. I first heard. So
you don't think Epstein is dead?
What's that?
You don't think Epstein is dead?
I don't think what?
You don't believe that Epstein is dead?
That is correct. I do not believe that Epstein is. I don't care. I mean, I don't have a belief. I have a suspicion. It seems obvious to me that they would have just switched his body and taken him away alive. I mean, do all that. Why just kill him?
I think so.
He's more important than that, isn't he? And they said the stiff didn't have the same streams going down. Fuck.
There was an interruption in the internet. Probably it's back on.
Is it back? Okay.
I don't see the stream screen.
It stopped spinning, so maybe it's still working. Let me look at the main computer. It seems to be running still. It has 4.5% dropped frames. That's not too bad, I guess. Are you still there? Okay, you are. Yeah, let's see. I guess I could make another mark. It's about an hour till solar noon.
When I try to play this stream, It says online, live. Yeah, it's running. Looks like it's running.
We just lost the sun, but it's temporary.
Yeah, I
There's
see
no rain.
that. No problem. It will come back as
Yeah.
it does.
I just made my first mark in the long gnomons, but it's not showing in the camera yet.
Yeah.
The lines,
So what's the plan?
the dots are coming a lot straighter now. I don't know if you can see it, but I put a carpenter's square perpendicular to the north sign, but it's black and you can't, it's hard to see, but you can, well,
Yeah, I see.
changed
I
it.
see that.
I had it on
I
top of
see
the
that.
board before, but I think I better put it on top of the board so you can see how close it is.
I can see that. Yeah, it's in the right side. Yeah, I see this. Okay. Yeah. Looks like the shadow closest to the carpenter square is parallel or
You can see the
perpendicular to
shadow's
north.
not exactly perpendicular. That
Mhm.
the black square that I just put on top. It's really hard to see in the camera. When I'm looking at it, it's a lot more obvious. Maybe I should put it closer to the shadow.
No point of doing that. You can just disturb. The shadow's gone. It will reappear.
It should come back in a second. It's just a single cloud. It's not the whole thing like it was the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, isn't it? It was mostly all blue sky, but there's a few clouds pumping through. Let's see. Can you see the square? Oh yeah, but now you can't see the shadow.
So yeah, there might be a land, more land on other creatures. Maybe they are similar to us, and they're having some small difference, like
Maybe
eye,
there's some land
eye
left.
color or something.
Maybe there's some land left that still has the Tartarians in their buildings that pull in the energy from the ether and all that. Maybe those people are still around somewhere.
I myself think that there's something in must be something in Pacific Ocean where you are, maybe to south of you.
Yeah, maybe.
Must be something,
There's little
else.
islands all
That's
over down there.
because there are so huge distances out there, and where there are no vessels.
A lot of uncharted land.
Ships.
There, now you see the shadow.
Yeah.
It's not perpendicular to the north.
Well, it shouldn't be.
It's very close.
It shouldn't be because your sun is rising not directly to the east, from the east. It's rising somewhere, some sort of from the southeast.
I think if you
right?
do it on spring, in the middle of the analema, spring and fall, then it would be perpendicular. Because that's the middle, that's when the sun's in the middle. When it's more in the summer, it's to my right, and when it's in the winter, it's to the left. When it's going down and when it goes away, in the summer it goes as far to the right as possible, and in the winter, when it's going away, it's as far as to the left. So in the spring,
Mhm.
in the spring it would be halfway. It would be right in the middle. That's when it would be a right angle probably to the shadow.
In spring, the sun is right on top the equator. I mean, at the equinox time. Yes, and in springtime, I think your sun is in spring is more south of you.
Yeah, yeah. In the winter, the sun is more to the south. Yeah.
No, I mean in spring, in winter as well. Yes, but spring is still sun still to south of you. Now the sun is to north of you.
A little
Yeah,
bit.
and it will be right above you on 18th, and then it will go to
Right.
south, more to
Be
south.
further. It's going away. It's going. Yeah, more and more that direction. Whatever direction.
These days before the 18th, the sun must be rising. That's the in theory must be rising to if you look to east, it should be rising a bit from left side, from northeast. If you look to west, it should be setting to northwest, just a bit to right or east or west direction.
Yeah. Well, that probably tells me something about what time of year it is too, with the shadow, the
Yeah,
angle of the shadow.
absolutely.
I'm gonna make a mark.
I remember.
Wait, the sun.
Do you remember the movie called about the dandy from Australia? I don't remember the name of it, but there was a guy. His name was Dandy Crocodile.
Crocodile Dundee. What about him?
Yeah, he was. Remember, he was. He went to New York together with his girlfriend, and she was from New York, and she was
New York City.
intending to, yeah, New York City. Yeah. And there was a woman asking him, "What time is it now?" They were walking along the beach in New York, and one woman was asking, "What time is it?" And Dandy looked at the sun and said, "It is approximately 12:30 or something,
Right.
12:35 maybe." He didn't look at his watch, and she asked him, "Why didn't you look at your watch?" He said, "It's not watch, it's a compass."
It's a
On
compass.
his left hand, there was a compass, not watch.
Yeah.
So to know the time, he just needed the sun, where the sun is.
Yeah, that's if you're used to your latitude, you can do that pretty within an hour. Pretty much everybody can, I think.
Yeah. If you know your surroundings and you
Yeah,
can
if you know your area.
feel where the north and the south is, then it's easy.
Yeah. The other day, I went to the skin doctor, and I have all these little wounds on me now from a couple biopsies and a couple frozen. They freeze off the funky one, some of the funkier ones.
You
sometimes
mean
they
you
cut
you
'em off.
need to delete something from your skin or what?
Delete something from my feed. What's that mean?
No, cut off something from your skin.
Yeah, they did. They well, they took a couple biopsies. I don't know. They're probably going to remove something.
To make
They
sure
use,
there's no cancer, like, yeah.
yeah, they're like, well, they're testing for cancer. There's 3 different kinds of skin cancer. There's the basal cells, the squamous cells, and the melanoma cells. And the
I know
melanoma
that.
ones are the ones that kill you pretty fast. They get into your lymph system. It goes to your
Yeah.
lymph system, and then you die if you don't treat it.
Yeah.
And the other ones, the basal and the squamish, are they're called carcinoma. They're not necessarily fatal, but they can eventually kill you if you let them keep growing, apparently. So they like to take them off. It's just a growth, it just keeps growing and growing.
Yeah.
And those are what I get taken. I've never had a melanoma.
I have this kind. I also have this kind of stuff on my skin.
Yeah, because I grew up in the near the Tropic of Cancer before they had sunscreen. They say that's why.
Yeah, now I understand why they call it Tropic of Cancer.
I'm gonna go make a mark.
Actually, it's called Cancer because of the star constellations, right?
Probably from the constellation, yeah. The sun went away just when I went to make a mark. Oh well.
It's back. It's back now.
No, it's gone. It's wait. Now it's back. I think these little dots are going to be more accurate. They're looking pretty straight. There's a few random clouds passing by out there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not packed. It's just a few random. But I think we'll probably get mostly sun. So I didn't have to do any shimming today on my, I just set those gnomons in place on my tile. And
so
everything.
tile is absolutely horizontal. You don't move it. You just
I don't move it. I left it
on the
overnight.
tile. And that's it.
Yeah, it's been there for 3 days.
Okay.
I'm going to leave it
No,
there.
that's convenient.
I'm going to leave it there till.
This is convenient. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. 4 more days.
Saves time.
Yeah. And then when I put the gnomon on, it's already straight up and down because I spent a lot of time making them square. I got one more to make square actually if I want the other short one.
Yeah, it's easier to deal with this size of sundial than the one you had last year.
Yeah, the big one was. I still have those. I was actually thinking about. I figured out a way I could make those perfectly square. I would just hang it like a plumb bob in a bucket of resin, and then when the resin hardens, it would be perfect as long as I had the bucket on a perfectly level surface. That's the other thing. I would have to make sure. I can use the iPhone as a level. It makes a pretty good level. But I also have a level. But if I had a perfectly level surface to put the bucket on, and then I hung the existing gnomon, because it's a little bit crooked. The way I made it was a little crooked. That's why I had to put all those shims. And one of them never was quite right. But the fact that it's a 3/4 inch gnomon is a problem, because it seems like the skinnier the gnomon, the more accurate it is. It's more about the thinness of the gnomon than the height of it, I think. Even this 1/4 inch one isn't as good as the 1/8 inch one. 1/8 inch is 4 times skinnier, I guess. Is that right? Yeah. 4 times 1/8 is a 1/4, isn't it? Or is that 2 times an 1/8? No. 2 times an 1/8 is a 1/4. Yeah, it's half as skinny. Or twice as fat, depending how you look at it. But I like the shadow the 1/8 inch gives me. That's the most accurate. And since it's a drill bit, it's not bent. It's pretty straight. It's high quality steel.
Okay.
You about ready to pass out? It's almost midday here. You can always just watch the rerun. Time for a mark.
You said it's hot there. How much is it? I mean,
let me look at the thermometer.
in Celsius. Can you say in Celsius?
Inside the house, it's 80 degrees. 80 degrees in the house. So out in the sun, it's probably a lot hotter.
That's a Fahrenheit, right?
That's Fahrenheit, yeah. I don't know what that translates to. I could look it up.
80. You say 80. Okay.
Straight up, 80. 80 Fahrenheit. Conversion. Degrees Fahrenheit, 80. That's 26.67 for you. You still there? What happened?
Yeah, that's not much, I said.
26.
Yeah, 26 is not much.
26 and a half? That's not very hot? No, I guess not.
I'd say,
I mean, 100 is a lot hotter.
For
And
your
that's inside the
area,
house. People keep their houses at like 65 degrees, 70
Ah,
degrees.
inside the house is yeah, got it. Then outside is something like 120.
No, it's probably. I'll tell you what the iPhone. What it's supposed to be 80 degrees. 80. Well, 81 is supposed to be the high. So it's the same. They give you the temperature in the shade. Anyway, I just have the windows open. I don't have air conditioning or anything. I mean, we have an air conditioner, but we just don't use it. Except for if we close up the house, and then we can use it. Do you guys have air conditioners? You have mostly heaters over there, I bet.
Yeah, heaters. This
You
is
don't
all
own an
we
air
have.
conditioner, do you?
Air conditioner is in the car. Yeah,
Right.
we
You
have
have it
air
in the car?
conditioners in the car. Normally,
I've
yeah,
had a
we
lot of
do.
cars that didn't have air conditioning over the years. When I was a Ute in the 60s, well, I think it was the early 70s, late 60s, my dad bought a diesel Mercedes, like someone had brought it in from Germany. And it didn't have air conditioning. Cars didn't used to have air conditioning.
Normally, the modern cars are having air
Yeah, now they
conditioning.
do. I think they all do now.
Yeah.
But I even bought a
Yeah.
car. I bought a used rental car once in like, might have been the very end of the 80s or the beginning of the 90s. It was like an 86 car and 1986, and it didn't have air conditioning either. And it was a rental car. Back in the day, they didn't always have air conditioning.
Air conditioner in my area is not a really big deal. I mean, if you have it or not, but for your region, it's critical.
Right.
And I can say that some houses, I mean, houses in the Murmansk city, those are the multi-flat houses.
Mm-hmm.
Some owners they hang the air conditioners outside on the walls.
In the window.
In the window or on the wall, and there's a hose going inside through the wall. So
for the exhaust.
I was in Istanbul recently, and they have this air conditioner in every flat, every apartment, every house, every building.
Yeah, that's how it is now.
We do all have, we have a centralized water supply system here for the apartments, and the cold water is coming to the tap, and the hot coming to the tap, and they do some maintenance work uh, in a in the plant that supplies hot and cold water during the summer period. Therefore, they just warn the citizens or people in advance that they're gonna switch off the hot water supply, and therefore people used to have in their apartments the boiling devices that can be replaced for supplying the hot water if needed. So normally now we have each and every apartment having this boilers.
Yeah, that's what they have in New
That
York. All the buildings have steam. I think it's for every building, like centrally located or something. It's like citywide steam that goes to all the buildings or something to heat all the buildings. I think those are it's
yeah.
called a boiler or something. I don't
Well,
know
my
how.
personal, as you probably already heard, my personal dream is just to escape from this city and go and live in my own house. I'd prefer to have it fully autonomous, like with independent solar power and
That'd be nice.
the water, what is it? Water well
Yeah.
on the ground and sewage septic system for this all the shit to go out and what else? That's it. That
They
is
call that
what we
off the
need.
grid living.
Sorry?
They call that off the grid living.
Yeah, living off grid. Yeah, and my dream is not to pay anybody for this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
However,
the
I
builders.
recall that they have already taxed the water wells. If the owner of the land is having a well, he has to pay some tax for having it, which is ridiculous, in my opinion.
Yeah. Just texting somebody
I know
about.
that the power supply. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just texting somebody about a small sign making job that I'm working on. Because I
Right.
need my phone right now to set the clock.
Do you
I
have
still
a
have to
solar
solve the
system,
clock
solar
problem.
power?
What's that?
Yeah,
What'd you
your
say?
house, is it equipped with solar power?
Yeah, but it has a grid intertie, so the solar power goes to the power company, and then they still
But
charge us for the electric.
it reduce your bill, right?
Yeah, we get free electric in the summer, and then in the winter, once we use up the credit, then we have to pay the full amount.
Yeah, I know that people in Ukraine, yeah, there's a system that they are also connected to the centralized power supply.
Yeah, the grid.
But and the government, if they don't spend more than they produce with their solar panel, then they are paid also.
Yeah, you can
They
get
not
paid
have
in
to
certain
pay.
places. You get paid for it, but here it's
Yeah.
just credit. And if you don't use it all up, they don't give you credit. It doesn't carry over to the next year.
It's kind of burnt, right? With the time.
But I don't think most people don't have so many panels that they have credit that needs to be carried over year to year anyway. I mean, plus they get
Panels
dirty
do.
and they don't operate at
Yeah,
peak
panels need
efficiency.
the maintenance and everything.
And I think they don't work as good in the heat too. I've heard extreme heat is bad for them, which is what we got.
Actually, I would have my own house as it will give me an opportunity to be able to care of everything within my piece of land, and the house and all the systems myself. So I'd be constantly busy with something that I like to do, you know. So having the
I
solar
wouldn't say
power
busy, but I'm also
system,
lazy. I like to take breaks.
Yeah, I'm lazy myself, but movement is life.
Yeah. Probably time to make another mark. About 30 minutes till solar noon. I would be probably arriving. Because I can stream on Pill that way also. I'm getting
Signal has disappeared for a moment.
Yeah, it disappeared for a sec. I think it's because I'm using the internet to also show the one camera, the iPhone camera on the OBS, and I'm talking to you on the internet. So I'm using it to run the OBS, to talk to you on a laptop, and a phone is connected to it, streaming the one of the pictures.
Yeah, for the purpose of stable internet, we could minimize the talking.
Well, I'm not going to be talking to you on this laptop, and I won't have that other phone connected either. So it'll just be whatever my wife is doing that day. Hopefully she's not having a Zoom meeting that day. I'm going to ask her not to schedule any Zoom meetings during solar noon day. Oh, wow, the whole screen went blank for a second. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm really starting to, maybe my modem must be heating up. Let me check.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how hot it must be in a server room? They must have to have frigid air conditioning to keep it. That's probably one of the reasons they need so much power. Cooling. And they're putting it up in like Arizona. This is where they're putting the giant AI farm.
Yeah, it should be very well